Rapid Africa. Tia. All day, all day. Either find we, then we'll find we today. Rise up, rise up.
Dear customer, My Body Rituals takes pride and passion in spreading the word about the importance of caring for your skin on a cellular level. Blessed to heal eczema, as this amazing plant-based formula was tested 14 years ago on my grandson, who since then is completely healed of chronic dry skin. Additionally, our body butter prevents post-surgery, minor incisions, blemishes, prevent and/or smooth wrinkles, and diaper rash, etc. Because your body is made up of earth, it's only appropriate what you place on your skin, and hair is also made from the earth. Our products are made from love with you in mind. Yours truly, My Body Rituals family.
This is Africans Leaving America. I am Afia Kumson, and this is Miss Ruthie from Kenya. She's been a moderator on my platform for Facebook for Africans Leaving America for about 6 months. And we wanted to do an interview with her for the Diaspora. So we have a couple of questions for Ms. Ruthie. Ruthie, can you tell us which part of Kenya that you are from and how far is it from Nairobi?
I was born in Kakamega, that is approximately 381 kilometers from Nairobi. It can take you 6 hours when you're using the road. Currently, I'm staying in Eldoret. That is actually 6 hours from Nairobi. That is in the former Rift Valley province. I'm studying here right now.
Okay. Now, where you live at, is it more of a more cultural area? Is it a city, or is it like, countryside? Is it like a countryside area?
Where I live now, Eldoret it's a town actually. It's more of a city, but it hasn't been elevated to a city state as yet. But it's a town where it's a cosmopolitan town where we have people from diverse backgrounds. It's an educational center where we have so many schools. So it's more of a cosmopolitan place. And as for cultural side, I don't think it's more of a cultural town, no.
Okay. So would you say that it's more Kenyans living there more than any other race of people?
Majority of the people here are just Kenyans from the Kalenjin tribe. That is the tribe where the land originally belonged to them. So They are the majority. Yeah, we are just African people. But you can still find people from other races. We have Indians who are owning businesses in town. Yeah.
Okay. And how much would you say a plot of land would be where you live currently?
As for land, it depends with a place within the town, like the outskirts of the town. You can get land from, that is 1.1 million Kenya shillings. That is $100,000. I think land is quite expensive here than in the countryside. So expensive.
Right. So where you are living right now, how much would you say land will cost for, not Nairobi per se, because I know the city, the capital, is going to be expensive, but where you are right now, how much would a plot of land be for where you are right now?
Like a plot of land, actually, you can get it from 800,000 and above, 800,000 Kenya shillings and above. It's expensive even here.
Okay.
Land is one of the scarce commodity in Kenya, and recently we have seen an increase in prices. So land is quite expensive. Depends with where in towns.
Now, do you see a lot of people from the diaspora coming to Kenya right now?
Recently, I've been going through Instagram, Facebook, and I've seen quite a lot of number. According to the 2019 census, there were around 599 African Americans. But we have some people like, actually we have members of the African Living America, like Rashan Campbell, who moved with this family to Nairobi last year, October or August. Yeah, I think you should post more about that.
And let us know a little bit about the colonial history of Kenya, because a lot of African Americans, we really don't know a lot about the colonial history of the East. So let us know a little bit about that.
The colonial history of Kenya dates back to 1885. That is when Otto von Bismarck, I think it was the then Vice Chancellor, the Chancellor of Germany, convened the Berlin Conference to partition Africa among themselves. And then we had the British East African Company. It was given charter in 1888 to rule Kenya as a British East African protectorate. Officially, Kenya was declared a British colony in 1920, which lasted, the colonial period lasted up to 1963. That is when we gained our independence, 1st June 1963. So the colonial period was a tough one for Kenya because it really changed our country politically, economically, and cultural. Like, most things changed. They introduced Christianity into our country. They
And what was
took
your
our
religion?
land. And
What was your religion before Christianity?
okay, each community had their own god and whatever they believed in. For example, my community, the Nandi, my mom is a Nandi. So the Nandi, we had our religious leader. It was called, I don't remember the name, but we had a religious leader who was killed. Yeah, it was killed in 1905, but my community resisted British rule for around 13 years before our leader was killed. So like, we had our god was called Assis, and we still call God Assis, yes.
Okay.
But each community had their god. Like the Kikuyu believed Ngai was staying in Mount Kenya. It was a resting place for the gods.
Okay. I see that a lot of British have colonized a lot of Africa as well as the French. So do you still see a big influence of Britain there in Kenya?
Absolutely, yes. Like, I will say not yet independent, because you just know most African countries, immediately after colonialism, we continued with the ways of the colonialist masters. So very few things have changed apart from bad leadership. We are still politically, economically. We still have the British Army in Kenya, like they train in Kenya.
So the British Army is there in Kenya still?
Yeah, they practice. I think they do their training in the Rift Valley, like Laikipia County. Yeah, so, economically, we still see they have an influence.
So basically, Kenya is still up under indirect rule. You know, they're not there with their hand in you all's face, but they are ruling indirectly without being there.
Actually, yeah, that is the situation in most African countries, Kenya included. Yeah.
I feel like this, Ruthie. I feel like with the mass exodus of Africans leaving America, the diaspora coming back to Africa, I feel like that eventually things are going to change, because over here we fought for a lot of our rights to be free. I mean, we may not be completely free. We are being ran up under indirect rule also, but a lot of our ancestors fought for our rights, and that's the reason why we are where we are here today. So I think that with African Americans coming back to Africa, I think that we're going to help you all gain your freedom. I don't know if you know about Mali, basically, kicking their president out, basically kicking out the French. Africans are rising up right now. They are. They are tired of being controlled. They are tired of not getting paid wages for their work. And, they're fed up. So I really think that, this is going to help Africa with the diaspora moving back. So how do you feel about the diaspora coming back to Kenya or to Africa per se?
I feel like all Africans in the diaspora need to move back home. They need to come back to the motherland. And actually, I do feel good about it. Most of the time when I'm on social media platforms and seeing Africans coming back to the motherland, I feel like it's time, like we are waking up, we are rising, we are coming back to our feet, and we are going to do great. I will encourage them to come back home. We are one people, one Black nation.
Most definitely, most definitely. And what would you tell someone that is of African American descent? What would you tell them if they wanted to come to visit Kenya? What would be some key points that you would give them before they take their trip to Kenya?
First of all, they need to do a thorough research about Kenya and East Africa or any other part of the continent they want to move to. They should be prepared psychologically, emotionally, physically, because it takes a lot on you. It's not just an easy thing. We have differences in food, culture, weather. So to adapt might be a bit hard, but when you're coming to Kenya, you should also, if you want to relocate, so you should also consider the places you will want to move to. Like generally the weather of northern and northeastern Kenya, it's actually hot and it's a desert, or it's either desert or semi-desert. So I'm sure most people wouldn't want to move to those areas. If you want to go to the coast, it's one of the tourism hubs in Kenya, and the people are very friendly. Generally, Kenyans are very friendly, very
because
hospitable.
The coast is by the water.
And the Kenyan economy highly depends on tourism and agriculture.
Most definitely.
Even we have, if you want to move, if you want to do farming, you should consider places like Western Kenya, Mount Kenya region, Rift Valley, yeah. So they're all welcome. So if in terms of hospitality, they shouldn't be worried because Kenyans are generally good people, hospitable. We are never hostile. Yeah.
So Ruthie, I have a question. Would you ever become a tour guide? Say for instance, if people wanted to come to Kenya to visit, would you be, up to showing them around and, being a host for them? Would that be something that you would be interested in?
Yes, I'm actually interested in that in future. That is after 2023, after I graduate. I think I'll be venturing into that. Yeah, so definitely I'll do it with a good heart.
And you know what, Ruthie, with this platform, Africans Leaving America, we need more tour guides on the platform. We do, especially in other countries, because I don't know if you know this, but Ghana has a lot of tour guides, because a lot of people go to Ghana. I'm sure Nigeria does too, but we need other tour guides as well, not just in the West, but in the East, in the North and the South, all over Africa, because, the diaspora is coming. And when we come home, we will need someone to show us around. A lot of us are coming by ourselves. We're not coming to see a mate. We don't have family, over there in Africa. So we need someone to show us around. And, it would be you all's due diligence to create something like that for us. So when we come, we'll have somebody to go to with reasonable prices and someone that we can trust, because we don't speak the native language, so that's how a lot of us That's how a lot of us get scammed when we go to Africa, because we don't speak the native language, and they know that, you know. So
Yeah.
it would be you all's due diligence to most definitely set up tour guide companies and help the diaspora when they come to visit. I have another question for you, Ruthie.
Yes.
Do you feel like Kenya is safe for the diaspora?
Do I think Kenya?
Yeah, do you feel like Kenya is safe for the diaspora?
Actually, Kenya is one of the most safest country in Africa. It's more safe for everyone. Like you won't experience racism. In terms of security, you are safe. So definitely it's a safe place for the diaspora. And even when you walk on the streets, nobody takes you as a foreigner. We are just
Okay.
like, this is a black person, he's in Kenya, he or she's in Kenya. Well, you just pass. Unless you talk, that's when someone will recognize this is not our accent. And they will be more willing to hear your side of the story and welcome you home.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you know about the history over here in the United States about the slave trade and things of that nature? Do you know about that?
Think slave trade.
Yeah, the slave trade here in the United States. Do they teach you all that in your country
Yeah,
about African Americans?
we have a subject in high school called history and government. So basically, history and government, we have an entire topic about slave trade. That is the trans. It was in the second form in high school. We learned more about slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade. We learned more, and actually, that was the information I first got. And we had a very great teacher, and it's taught in second form, which at least every student gets to know about slave trade and how it started. As you know, East Africa, most East Africa had East Africa at first started to have contact with the Arab world before the coming of the colonists and Americas. Basically, most of the slaves from East Africa went to the Arab nations. That
So
was back
basically,
as early in the 17th century. So
so
Kenya, the
basically
coast
the
of Kenya was
Arabians.
exposed.
So basically the Arabians
Yeah,
enslaved Kenya first and sent Kenyans to the north.
yeah. Basically, Kenya had the contacts with the Dutch, Portuguese, Arabs, Indians. That is what even brought back to Kiswahili language. Yeah, and that's why when you move to the East African coast, that is Mozambique, Tanzania, and Kenya, you will realize there is more of an Arab influence in terms of food, dressing, culture, and everything. Yeah, even you'll find Arabs there of Kenyan origin. Yeah.
Yeah, I interviewed a girl, you know, Wanda. She's an African American and she lives in Tanzania
In
right now.
Tanzania.
Yes, most definitely. And she was telling me that a lot of Tanzanians did not know that we were slaves over here in the Americas. They wondered why we were speaking the white man's language. They didn't understand why we were black and we were speaking the white man's language. That's why I asked you that. Like, you know, do your people know that we were slaves over here in the United States? You know, even though, you know, a lot of us derived from West Africa, you know, we were still, you know, born here in the United States, and they don't understand that. Yeah, they don't understand why we are speaking the white man's language and not speaking, you know, Swahili or, you know, whatever language, you know, which country you're in. So, yeah, I just wanted to ask you that because it's very interesting hearing the stories from a different African country versus America, you know? And Ruthie, this is why I started this platform, because I feel like the diaspora is interested also. And we need to know about our African brothers and sisters because we have been separated for hundreds of years. You know,
yeah, hundreds of years actually.
Yeah, it's just now that we're coming together and conversing and learning from each other. And I feel like this is something that's going to change the game completely.
Actually, the Kenyan system of education introduced us as early as in primary school about the slave trade and about the world. So we were actually more informed than our neighbors. So basically our syllabus covers that, which is a good thing. If you talk to a student that is 16-year-old, 15-year-old in Kenya, basically they will tell you more about slave trade. Yeah,
Okay.
they know. We actually know that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad they teach you all about it, because this is our history as well. And we all are connected by our history because we all are carbonated people. We all are melanated people, and God created us first. We were the first ones to be created by the Most High. So we are all distant cousins, distant aunties, distant uncles, and it's sad to say that we don't know our history. All we know is that we are here in America, but we don't know our great grandparents' history. We don't know which part of the world we come from, so talking to you all, it kind of gives us an idea of, who we are, because I have Kenya in my DNA. When I took my DNA test, Kenya is in my DNA. So you're probably my cousin, Ruthie. Who knows? You can be my cousin,
probably,
honey.
maybe I'm one. You know what, like there is this topic in school used to be called African people. Before then, it was actually African people. So we were taught about different tribes from Africa. Like basically, my tribe came from Bahr el Ghazal in Sudan. So basically, we came from different places. The Bantus came from Shungwaya in Congo Forest, and they settled in different parts of Africa, like South Africa. Yeah, I'm also a Bantu because my dad is a Bantu. We came from Congo Forest. So you see, like we also have people from West Africa who came from Congo Forest. Therefore, we are related in one way or another.
Okay. Well, Miss Ruthie, I really appreciate you showing up for this interview. I really enjoyed it. We shall talk again. I feel like 30 minutes really isn't enough to get to know you. I would like to talk to you off screen. So I can get more history about, Kenya. Because I'm all about learning.
Yeah,
I'm all
basically
about
I'll do that.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah. I'll basically do that. I can also organize most of my people I talk to them through WhatsApp video call. It has been great always. Yeah. So we have been talking about different things about Africa with fellow African girls. Yeah, several from Brazil and America, South Africa. It's always great to meet my fellow Africans from the diaspora and within Africa.
Most definitely. And start posting more about your history of Kenya in the group. Because I think people would love to see it. If you can start doing like little write-ups, little summaries about, the history of Kenya, that would be great for you to put inside the Facebook group.
Actually, I'll start to do that from tomorrow, because I was having a break from social media and everything. I decided that time off, but I'll be back stronger and I'll be posting more about my country, because I know most people don't know much about the East, and the East country that is known is Kenya, but people don't know more about it. So I need to do more research and tell the world more about my country.
Yes, please do, because Kenya is a beautiful place. It has a lot of animals, It has the vegetation, the scenery is beautiful.
Desert.
You all have beautiful oceans, you all have camels, and I mean Kenya is beautiful, honey. It is. So yes, please show us
Like
more.
People don't understand that we have one of the most beautiful lake beaches, the Indian Ocean. We have mountains. We have some of the highest mountains in Africa. The savanna grassland. Yeah, a cool weather. We have a desert tour. You can actually enjoy a desert tour in Kenya.
Well, guess what, Ruthie? One day I will be in Kenya and I will make sure that you are my host.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay. All right. Okay. This is Africans Leaving America. I am speaking with cute little Miss Ruthie. You all have a wonderful day, night, or evening. Thank you, Ruthie.
Welcome, Kofia. Afia, no.
Bye. Bye-bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
Oh, yeah. Rapid Africa. Tia. All day. You the far we don't go find.